Hey, good morning, everyone. Vega here for Serpent X Tech. Coming back to you for another weekend. I know I haven't been consistent once again of Caffeine and Crypto, where I welcome you to join me for your favorite caffeinated beverage of choice, energy drink, whatever you got, as we go over this week's crypto news. Focus. All right. So took a huge hit yesterday, but over the past couple weeks is what I'm going to be talking about because I've been gone. And you could see that Bitcoin made a new all-time high. Bitcoin was on one. A lot of things were going good. And of course, anytime there's some negative news that globally impacts the world or the world economic situation, of course, the market is going to fall. So tariffs or the threat of tariffs by November 1st, 100% tariffs on China goods, which is US's number one trading partner, or where US gets a lot of its goods, especially here at the, for the average American, the average consumer here in North America, that's a huge hit. So we had a huge liquidation. Huge. I mean, you could call it manipulation, you could call it whatever you want, but that is a 16% drop. Now, that's huge in the short time frame. That's small in the history of Bitcoin. Remember, Bitcoin's 30% swings, 25% swings, 20% swings are normal. But this on one day, besides Black Thursday during the COVID pandemic, is pretty significant, right? So we were marching up. We were doing pretty good, putting in consecutive green candles. All the way up until Tuesday. Had a little bit of a red day, recovered Wednesday, started to pull back Thursday. Maybe some people had some insider information. And then, boom, here we go. A big drop Friday. But we were on one. We were doing good. Markets were doing good. Not only just crypto, but just overall. And now we have pulled back. So we got Bitcoin sitting around 113, well, hang on a second. It says 111 here. Oh, that's Tether. Oh, by the way, we also had a stable coin. It wasn't a stable coin like Tether, USDC, DAI, anything that you guys probably know. But we had a stable coin, which is used. DPEG kind of loses peg. It recovered, but it loses peg. And usually when you have a stable coin loses peg, that's going to be bad news bears. But anyways, yeah, so Tether is at 111, but Bitcoin itself is at 113. Ethereum is below 4,000. BNB still looking good, though. Huh? How about that? I know you guys probably don't play around with BNB, but I have. Binance Smart Chain, playing around on that ecosystem, Pancake Swap, stuff like that. So I'm Gucci. And I'm good either way, right? I don't want to get it twisted here, guys. This is a significant drop. We were doing so well, and it seems like every time we're doing well, somebody or something doesn't want us to continue onward to 150,000, 175,000, $200,000 Bitcoin. That's what it feels like. And I understand that, right? Because now that we have the suits in the game, these investment firms and some of these individuals where insider trading on crypto is not as frowned upon. Excuse me, not it is frowned upon, but it's not as so like in the traditional stock market. If you caught insider trading, you're gonna get in severe trouble. Whether you're an institution, a firm, an individual, day trader, whatever, you're gonna get in trouble. They will find out, and they will. There's nothing like that right now in crypto. There are chain analysis or chain people that look at chain analytics and can determine, right, figure it out, but you're not going to get in as much trouble as you would if you were to insider trade or something like that on the traditional market. So yeah, insider trading is very real in the crypto space. When somebody knows something, they're going to tell their friends and their friends' friends, and then you're going to have a roll on the factory, and then here we go downhill. So everything is in a deep red. You're going to have Red Panda. That's his screenshot, what we're looking at right now for his show coming up at 12. Don't go anywhere. I'll send you guys that way. But yeah, obviously this is going to impact miners. This is going to impact the number of people. Litecoin below 100 when it was climbing up. DOT around $3.14. A huge hit yesterday, unfortunately, or Thursday, Friday. And are you panicking? That's what I want to ask all 6 of you that are watching right now. Are you panicking? Because I'm not. I honestly, and I know I probably need to do better about making content and stuff like that. I don't care. I'm really at the point in my life where I'm just tired of caring. I'm going to continue to stack Bitcoin. I'm going to continue to accumulate more altcoins through mining and stuff like that. And I'm just going to play the long game. I'm adjusting myself for the power cost, yada, yada, yada. But I am not sitting here looking at the charts and worrying about every little nuance, right? I get a notification when Bitcoin's doing good or altcoins are doing good. I get a notification when they're not. I look, I swipe it off, and I continue on with my life, right? I got more important things to focus on, at least right now in this point in my life. I wouldn't let this panic you or concern you or anything like that, but are you concerned right now, right? Everybody's saying, hey, we're supposed to be $150,000 Bitcoin by the end of 2025, according to what everybody and their mom's been saying. Is that still possible? Yeah, it's still possible, right? If we zoom out here, let me go ahead and give you the number. If we started, in the next couple months, because it's only October, right? And a matter of fact, let's switch over to the monthly in just a second. But let's say where we are right now, let's say we're staggering around 113, 112, right? Because now all of those areas above are resistance. To get to 150,000 would be a 33% increase. Not out of the realm of impossible. What I was hoping is if you look here at this stair step, at least that's what I call it, right? This stair step on the daily. That's what I was hoping we were doing. We were going to slowly move up, move up, move up to a new all-time high, break it, and then, maybe chop sideways. So I was expecting the Tuesday. I was expecting the Thursday, and then continue to chop upwards. But no, right? Negative news comes out, and it completely wipes out, the trajectory. And then we have to start all over again. So now we need to push up, and then we need to chop up bit by bit. Because if we just have a straight candle up, then there's obviously going to be a hard fall. People are going to start shorting really hard and stuff like that. We want slow, accumulative, upward momentum. So are you concerned? Let me know in the live chat. I will check it out in a minute. I want to say good morning to everybody that stopped by. Matt Electron Engineering. Appreciate you stopping by. Yep, slow bounce back. Exactly. Stair step upwards. Putts, hope you're doing good. Not sure why my YouTube is saying it's buffering. I'm not dropping any frames. Very interesting. Okay, 2.7 drop frames. Anyways. Grid trade BNB, Matt Electron. Yeah, same here. I do grid trade. And still using 3 commas, still using Telegram, just accumulating over time. Crypto Pound to 4. Appreciate y'all stopping by. No panic, just a big correction. Good deal. I've seen 4 cycles. This doesn't bother me. Exactly. So, and that's the point, right? So some of you that might be watching this later on and not here with us live, the individuals in the chat are talking about this is not their first rodeo, right? And this is not my first rodeo. We've seen bigger drops. We've seen highs and lows. Yeah, this is the first time we've seen Bitcoin get over to a new all-time high of over 125K. Yes. But this is not different as far as how it plays out. So just dollar cost average, accumulate what you can and hang tough. Play the long game, as I always say and always preach on this channel. Even though I know many of you that are going throughout the crypto sphere, and thank you if you stop by and this is your first time meeting me, is they're going to give you these meme coin plays or these plays that are on some new altcoins with a low market cap for a chance at a really big payday. And you might get lucky on some of them, but you're going to get wrecked on almost 95% of them. So just be careful, dollar cost average, and look at some of the top coins out there to kind of, long-term build your financial future, okay? Bitcoin hits new all-time high, record high. This is going back to October 6th, right? That October high, or that high was 125, almost 126K after climbing above 125 on the first day. And Sunday, it was last up to 2.202% at 125.253. Of course, for the second straight session of gains, it has risen more than 33% this year, talking about Bitcoin overall. Bitcoin is the hurdle rate. If you can't beat it, you have to buy it. And I think the next 12 weeks are going to be very fun for Bitcoin holders, says Anthony Pompliano. I'm pretty sure he did not foresee this big drop. But this, if you look at it and you think about it, is a cool opportunity. Like I told my mom, and my mom's first reaction was, oh, I'm going to buy some. That was my mom's first reaction, guys. So like that shows the growth that Bitcoin has achieved with the populace. Now, granted, I'm a son that keeps educating her and stuff like that. So for the uneducated, this will be very concerning. I understand. But yeah, Bitcoin ascent has coincided with the weakness of the U.S. dollar against major peers as Trump tariffs on the U.S. trade partners and uncertainty about their impact has prompted investors to diversify away from U.S. assets. And it's going to impact everything. That's what I'm saying. Like, DJT and his administration needs to lock in. They need to lock in, right? Just going online or True Social or even getting in front of the press box and just saying, oh, I'm going to do this. Like, no, lock in. Let's get some preparedness going. Let's get some documentation going. Let's get an alignment on policy and then just push forward. If you want to tariff China. But just saying whatever fucking number comes to your head and that's what we're going to do November 1st. Like, come on, man. You're just affecting everybody's fucking money. And I know you don't care. And I have no ill will against which way you lean. I don't give a shit. It has no relevance to me. But a leader needs to understand the impact of their words on not just themselves, but the world, right? When you are United States and the world looked, past tense, looked to you for clarity, leadership, whatever it might be, your words has weight. And clearly, I understand the motion is to try to get China to the trade table so that way we could discuss an advantageous deal for the United States and for North America and for yada, yada, yada. Stop letting China get over on us, blah, 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 yada, 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 whatever. I understand that. But there's a certain finesse that Trump still does not have in his second term in handling the situation. This is not just impacting crypto. It's impacting the markets, period. And again, I know the crypto boys and the crypto girls love Trump and hope get him into office because of, all the great things that are happening, right? The Clarity Act and all that stuff. And I understand that. And we did need that stuff. I just think that we could have done a little bit better as far as the leader using a bit more finesse in dealing with whatever the trade tariffs are and stuff like that. So will this happen on November 1st? I have no idea. DJT is kind of like Bitcoin. It's unpredictable. But we'll see. We'll see. And again, don't give a shit about your political leaning. The point is, you got to handle things with care. And he's a bull in a china shop. And that's sometimes what a person or country needs in order to get things done. Respect it. In this case, like, let's go look at, what is it? Let's go look at the stock market. Where'd I normally go? Let's go Nvidia stock. All right, so did it fall in the past 5 days? So look at that drop. Friday, right? Okay, all right. What about Microsoft? Let's go to 5 days. Oh, similar drop. All right, let's go to Apple. Oh, 5 days. Oh, similar drop. Okay, all right. What about Amazon? 5 days. Oh, similar drop. So your words impacted the entire market. Uncertainty and doubt and concern. Please think about what you say before you say it, because we were going up and you brought it down. And it might not just be him, right? Insider trading information, it looked like, and we got an article on that, it looked like people were anticipating this and already knew this was going to happen. And then, boom, it happened. So Bitcoin extends decline. We fell all the way down to what? 104. I think I got 102 on one. So on Tether, yeah, so 101, 102, somewhere in there. So the market value of cryptocurrency was starting to decline Thursday, as we talked about. Extended decline on Friday after DJT escalated his trade conflict with China. Trump on Friday said he was raising tariffs on Chinese exports to U.S. by 100% and imposing export controls on any and all critical software. All right, so remember, we were already paying miners. This is primarily miners and maybe some of the tech individuals that love buying hardware and stuff like that. We're already paying more on our electronics, and ASICs were being held at the customs office or whatever, and I paid almost $200 for a control board that only cost me $60, yada, 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 whatever. So now it's extending to any and all critical software that China might export to the United States. And a reprisal for recent announcement announced export limits by China on rare earth minerals critical to tech and other manufacturers, and we need those rare earths. So the spat shook global financial markets, sending the benchmark S&P 500 sliding by more than 2%, and that's significant for the S&P 500. Bitcoin was last down 8.4 at 104. Ethereum, the world's largest, or whatever, blah, 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 we already know what that is, fell 5.8%, and then we actually just saw, you know, it's not just crypto. It's just stocks in general, right? So everything is red. I mean, a few of them aren't, like the Korean SK Hynix, stuff like that. That's doing good. Samsung Electronics, that's also Korean, right? So like that's doing good. But anything US based or with some US influence or significant market share in the United States took a hit. And that's to be expected, to be honest. So a huge decline across all. Crypto sees more than $6 billion in liquidations. This was on October 3rd or 10th on Bloomberg. And then Satoshi era Bitcoin whale shorted 1.1 billion before the tariff news. So this is where we're going to the insider trading. And again, as I mentioned at the beginning, if you're just showing up, is that if you're caught insider trading on the traditional markets or anything like that, you will get found out, you will get fined, you will get in trouble. Right? But as far as crypto, it's still kind of open, and there's a lot of insider trading going on because the rich want to help out their rich friends, and unless you're in Wall Street Bets or you got a good community in Discord, Telegram, whatever, you're not going to get any free handouts if you're just a regular person, regular Joe. So you have to go and find those groups. The hard part about that is some of those groups aren't legit, and they're just trying to get you to put money into a project that might even be theirs, so that way they can rug pull you. So it's kind of a hard thing to do. Financial advisors can help you navigate it, but can you afford a financial advisor? Yada yada yada. It's all built so that way we stay in our lane, in my opinion. And this is a way that I'm trying to get out of my lane, right? I'm stacking up Bitcoin even now, playing the long game, trying to build a financial future for me, my family, and trying to, because DJT isn't going to be president forever. Even if he did try to be a president passes the next 4 years or over the overall 8-year term that a president can have, even if he did try that, he's not going to be a president forever. And I'm just being real with you. One of my concerns is all the things that the DJT administration has been doing for crypto, with the Clarity Act and trying to get, regulation done for cryptocurrency and trying to bring cryptocurrency projects, companies, mining, all that to the US and stuff like that, is that when the next president comes in, we're going to have Elizabeth Warren, Chuck Schumer, and a lot of the people that have been against crypto from the start kind of get back into power and then just go around ban hammering everybody again. And then we're back to square one, where we're like, whoa, no. We got lines. Here's the line. Here's our regulatory clarity. We're doing it by the book. What's going on? But we'll see how things go. It's like if you force something too much, right? If I'm whether it's religion, whether it's crypto, whether it's your football, if you're forcing something too much on somebody, they might push back on you. No, they're going to push back on you. And so I don't know what I'm saying here. All I know is that DJT is not crypto, and crypto is not DJT. His family might have a crypto company, but do not get that twisted. He is not crypto. He is not a crypto god. He is not a crypto savior. He may have helped out crypto, but putting all your faith in one guy to save crypto and to make crypto great again is stupid. Because it wasn't built for one guy. It wasn't built for one country. It wasn't built for one entity. It was built for everyone. So it needs to be universal. Okay? Bitcoin and general crypto market has witnessed another significant downturn this year, and prices falling by double digits in the late hours on Friday, October 10th. The bearish pressure started with the rumors of trade war between the U.S. and China emerged in the early hours Friday. The downward pressure intensified after DJT declared the U.S. would impose 100% tariffs on Chinese goods. As a result of the announcement, over $5.5 billion was liquidated from the crypto market in less than an hour, with the Bitcoin price briefly falling to as low as $101,000. Is this BTC whale linked to the U.S. government? A recent post on X on-chain analysis. See? Even though insider trading is not as it can't be punished the same way in the traditional market. Chain analysis can help you identify, hey, that's an asshole. Let's make sure that asshole doesn't get involved with our project. Anyways, they highlighted a specific Satoshi era Bitcoin investor who might have expected this downturn way before it happened. A look at the trader's market move suggests that the large BTC holder also always knows something the market doesn't. While the price of Bitcoin suddenly dropped towards 117,000 during the day, blockchain analysis platform Look On Chain revealed that the Bitcoin OG kept piling up their short positions up to 1.1 billion following the BTC crash below 110. This large investor made a profit of 160 million, leading to speculation about them having insider information. And right, so they say Satoshi error, right? Which was 186,000 Satoshi era BTC stash, right? So Satoshi era coins, right? Coins from this, what is that really the original owner, or is that someone that got access to the wallet, or maybe not the original owner, not the original farmer, not the original Bitcoin holder? I don't know. We'll see. But the BTC well took a shavings off of their holdings again when the Bitcoin price ran up to new all-time highs in early October. What's more interesting is that the investors soon opened a leveraged short positions on both Bitcoin and Ethereum on a hyper-liquid platform. Though at the timing of these trades might be interesting, especially as the general crypto market soon witnessed a downturn due to the DJT tariffs announcement, the on-chain analysis concluded that Satoshi RG has insider ties to the U.S. government. We'll see. Can you prove it? That's the hard thing about blockchain. You can't, while you can track it and look at it and follow it, you can't really prove that that wallet's tied to X government, X person, X whatever, unless they admit it, right? And that's why I say, as a content creator, to my fellow colleagues in the space and content creators, you got to be careful what you say. You got to be careful what you show. You got to be careful what you do. Because people, they can easily find identifiers to tie you to a wallet address, tie you to this, tie you to that. And next thing you know, if you make a move, they're going to follow it. And they're going to see it. And especially if you're like, hey, my whole community, buy, this coin. And then you dump it and you're hoping to get away with it. But they can see it through chain analysis. And they know it's you because you maybe showed your address or whatever on a live stream. You're going to be shit out of luck. Bitcoin slump may rebound up to 21% in 7 days if history repeats. An economist and Bitcoin said Bitcoin is declining more than 5% in October. It is exceedingly rare. So we're having some rare things happen. October is normally a green month. Matter of fact, let's go switch that back over to a monthly chart. I mean, it's nothing. If we zoom out here on the monthly, like we still got what? How many weeks? 1, 2. We still got 3 weeks. So we can easily recover and be just fine. CryptoOS said a $11 billion holder of BTC made a big short yesterday, right? So it might not even be insider trading either. It could be just one wallet watcher is watching another wallet watcher who's watching another wallet watcher, and they see what they're doing, shorting this, buying that, whatever. And then they're like, okay, I see what they're doing. I'm going to do the same. Boom. And then you got a bunch of shorts, and then you have a huge liquidation. But still, with all that, look how small this is on the monthly, guys. From top to bottom, that's 23%. That's really nothing. If you zoom out, it's really nothing. And we still have, again, like 3 weeks for Bitcoin to reclaim an all-time high and end October in a green way. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But if you zoom out, it still looks really good. I know panic may ensue, but zooming out will help you, calm down. And right, domino effect, says Squirrel. China raise export costs on rare earths. Yep. This is a battle between China and the United States. I don't think that's right. I mean, if you're counting like they're the vice president, you know, like the president goes away and the vice president takes over, then maybe, but 2 years of a term. Yeah, 10 years. So like that's like what? If it's a total of 8 years, but like for like if you were a vice president and you know what happened in the past with other presidents and you became president because of circumstances, then yeah, 10 years. But like no. Let's get these 4 years out of the way and let's see what exactly happens to all those crypto regulations we've been working so hard to fucking get. So the drops of more than 5% in October is extremely weird. This happened 4 times in the past 10 years, right? October 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021. But Bitcoin rebounded 16% in 2017, 4% in 2018, 21% in 2019. So we don't know what the rebound's going to be at all. But, you know, let's say 16 for 21. Let's say it's only a rebound of 10%. A rebound of 10% would get halfway back up to where we were. Right? So still below the all-time high, but still over 120. But yeah, historically, October is normally green, but there's been rare red months. And again, this would be a green month if publicly leadership, and not just the U.S. Let's go ahead and put some of this on China. Like China doesn't want to come to the table. The U.S. is trying to force them to the table. We're still not getting, we're getting bumping heads, right? We're having a cockfight here, right? We need the leaders to just chill the fuck out and come together, talk and negotiate an advantageous deal for both sides. A beneficial deal for both sides. When they do this fucking peacock bullshit, right? It just hurts the whole market. And there's more people involved in the market, not just crypto, but in traditional markets in today's world than they were back in the day. So this is hurting a lot of people when they see their wallets go down significantly. So who knows? This might be a red month for October. We might still recover, but it could be a red month for October. So we'll see. And that would be a rare thing, but not out of the realm of impossible. Since 2023, October has been Bitcoin's second best performing month on average, delivering the average of more than 20%. And we were on track to do that and do that times more. Trailing only November, right? So now November's can be our savior, right? And hopefully we have some rate cuts, more rate cuts in the future, which November has an average gain of 46.02% according to CoinGlass. Now, that's probably going to be diminished. But let's say we go halfway up here. Let's say we're sitting around 115. And let's do 40. Let's do, instead of 46, let's do 36. That's $156,000 Bitcoin by the end of Q4, or by mid Q4 2025. And again, that's still what everybody's projections is, but we were heading that way. We were heading that way. We were heading that way. We were on track. We were stair-stepping. We were doing small steps upwards. And all it takes is one announcement or multiple announcements from leadership, administration, offices, executives, countries. I don't give a shit. Put whatever you want in there. People who have influence and people that watch these accounts or the news or whatever. All it takes is them to say something negative to freak out the fucking markets. And the markets are super sensitive right now across the board. So can we please think about what we're going to say before we fucking say it? And that includes you, Xi Jinping, please. I know you want to like be the world power and overtake the United States and stuff like that, but we got to work together on this planet before we run out of fucking resources. Anyways, at the time of the publication, Bitcoin already slightly recovered to 112K after only reaching new all-time highs of 125 Monday. The history repeats. Bitcoin mirrors the strongest October rebound The 21% surge in 2019. Okay, so they're just providing positive news, saying that we could surge back up, we could recover. I expect that anyways, which is what we said at the very beginning. A number of you even said that in the comments or the live chat. So everything's going to be fine. Don't panic. This drop, though, would have been an advantageous position for you to take advantage of. 101K, and we're already back up to 112. So if you were watching this and you were at the computer or whatever, and you were able to buy, you know, freaking, you know, let's say like $100 or whatever, a 9% increase on your $100, congratulations. May not be like life-changing money, but you're still up. And when you stack that up and you have multiple times like that, right, where you were like, oh yeah, I caught the Black Thursday during COVID. I caught the, you know, the huge drop when, you know, DJT announced the original tariffs at the very beginning, and then this most recent one, and you just keep stacking that up, right? Every time Bitcoin takes a huge dive, or any time the stocks take a huge dive, and you're watching these stocks and you're getting these notifications on your phone, you're like, boom, buy 100, buy 20 bucks, buy 10, and you keep having a bunch of those, you're going to see your position continue to climb. All right, now if you're in a position to where you have to sell your assets in order to keep up with your bills, then I wouldn't recommend doing that. But if you got some spare change on the side and you're saying, hey, I am building towards my retirement, I am building so I don't have to work anymore for the normal companies, then that's good, because you keep catching it. You keep getting and picking up when everybody's panicking. On an X Post Friday, January 3rd founder, Samson Mao, there are 21 days left in October. Yep. 3 weeks. This is the bottom for the current cycle. And we're talking, I think he's talking about the smaller cycles, not the normal cycles that we're used to, like long-term over, you know, the life of Bitcoin. So I think they're talking about like short-term cycles. The biggest liquidation crash in history, which was the COVID-19, was the bottom of the previous cycle, he said. Some analysts took a long-term view. The Bitcoin libertarian said in a few years, Bitcoin would crash from 1 million to 0.8 million in a few hours. And we'll all be talking about a new record high amounts of liquidations. Let history repeat. Let it continue. Everything will be fine. Oh, let me turn off my ad blocker. Bitcoin is not an asset class. UK biggest investment platform has stark warning for investors. So while a lot of people are trying to let banks and financial advisors and investing companies, you know, gain exposure, allow their wealthy or their clients to gain exposure to Bitcoin. We got a firm in the UK, and this is just in the UK. There's a few of these out there that you say, hey, like, we don't see crypto, we don't see Bitcoin as an investment vehicle. You need to be very careful. And this is exactly why, right? When you have these drops like this can scare some of those investors, right? So I don't know how to explain this to you, but if you had $20,000 in Bitcoin at the all-time high and then it pulled back, that might only be 17,000 or 18,000. If you cannot stomach $2,000, $3,000, $10,000, $100,000 fluctuations in your crypto portfolio, you're going to panic, and you're going to panic sell, and you're going to fuck up. Like, this is crypto. This is not new to us. This may be new to you, but this is not new to us. It would be beneficial if our leaders would stop just saying whatever is on their mind, so that way we don't have these swings, because we were in an upward trajectory. But this is life. And this is not going to be the last time this is going to happen. And it won't be like, it won't be the end of the world. It will be fine. The long-standing UK ban on retail investors being able to access crypto exchange trade notes, or ETNs, was lifted on October 8th. Exchange-traded notes are debt instruments linked to one or more specific assets. In this case, they give traders exposure to digital tokens through the use of regulated exchange. The new rules sparked warnings from Hargreaves Lansdowne, the UK's biggest retail investment platform, which urged British retail investors to be cautious. Its view is that Bitcoin is not an asset class, and we do not think cryptocurrency has characteristics that mean it should be included in portfolios for growth or income, and shouldn't be relied upon to help clients meet financial goals. What do you guys think about that statement? Now, I know this is the UK and they have different environments and different regulations, yada, yada, yada. What, and if you're in the UK, whether you're watching this live on X, Twitch, YouTube, please let me know. Comment. I want to hear from you. Do you agree with this entity over across the pond? Please let me know. They go on to say that performance assumptions are not possible to analyze for crypto. Unlike any alternative asset class, it has no intrinsic value. So I get what they're talking about. If we talk about, for example, when you got a company 401k or whatever like that, and you get to choose the different options, and it can tell you like what the percentage increase is, 3% 1 year, 5% 5 year, 7% 10 year. Like there's no way to kind of get that kind of data or provide that kind of data on a portfolio's performance on crypto, especially when they have these big swings, ups and downs and drops and stuff like that. So I get what they're saying there, but if you're talking short term, yeah, like if you can't stomach the swings, then you shouldn't be involved. But if you can, and this is not money you need to live day to day, play the long game, and you might actually do better than the S&P 500, than NASDAQ, than Nvidia, than Tesla. Now, me personally, I'm diversified across a wide range of different assets, right? Real estate, got my cars paid off, right? I'm doing everything I can to make sure that if I left this world right now, my wife, my boys, my mom can be taken care of. That's what I'm doing. I do not want my debt to roll onto them. So I'm in Tesla, I'm in Nvidia, I'm in tech stocks, I'm in oil, I'm in pharmaceuticals, I'm in gold, I'm in Bitcoin. Like I have a wide range of assets. Now, majority of my assets are going to be kind of more into Bitcoin, gold, a little bit of fiat, real estate. Those are the top ones, but and when I say real estate, I just own my own home. I don't even have multiple homes. Where some of you might have multiple homes that you might be renting out or Airbnb, and that's even better. But I don't agree with this position, and I really am curious to hear, especially from those users in the UK. Like, what is the UK's top exchange? Anybody know that? Whether you're in the UK or not. What is the UK's top crypto exchange? Is it Kraken? Is it Coinbase? What is it? I remember Bittrex left the United States, so I'm very interested to hear. But this is not a crypto winter, and everything will be fine. The Crypto Fear and Greed Index swapped in the past 24 hours. It swapped very quickly. It went from 64 in greed to 27 within 24 hours after DJT's announcement of the 100% tariffs on Chinese imports. Over 1.66 million traders were liquidated, with total losses exceeding 19.33 billion. Though actual figures may surpass 30 billion according to estimates, right? These are all different articles coming out at different times, yada, yada, yada. So with the huge liquidation, we saw some people make plays before the huge liquidation, making us concerned for insider trading. Insider trading is known in the crypto space, and we're just going to have to deal with it. So this is a big one. The biggest one was during the COVID crash. It's not the end of the world. Same shit, different day. Moving on. Crypto world, buckle up for a rug pull of all time. Let's see. I don't know what this is. So this is called The Hill. I have, like so many others, been wrong about Bitcoin and crypto, but timing is not destination. I believe one day there will be a rug pull that will wipe out trillions off the face of crypto earth. This might happen when Bitcoin is at 200,000 or 2 million, but it will happen. For the uninitiated, a rug pull is a coordinated effort by a centralized group to sell their crypto holdings at a price they are content with, leaving the foolish masses with nothing but losses. Over 100 million was made by issuing pre-market coins to insiders who captured the largest percentage of value, leading to an average investor wipeout. The coins now trade for a fraction of the issued value. They're talking about the meme coins, right? The Trump coin, the Melania coin, stuff like that. Not to be daunted, the Trump family's new company, World Liberty Financial, just started trading. Its shares is in the billions with no assets, just digital ones, outside the capital raise. Reports are that it's been hacked and it's down substantially from the initial offering. The newest craze, already in a massive crash just weeks after setting up shop. Where did it go? are crypto treasury stocks. Investors buy into companies. What are you doing? Stop moving around. Setting up shop in crypto treasury stock. Oh my God. Stop. Investors buy into companies announcing that they're going to buy crypto as part of the business plan. Many are already down over 90%. This mirrors 1999 insanity, .com bubble basically. Insiders are often referred to as whales, large holders who can affect the market. Whales decide when to rug pull. They can execute any time. They think it's profitable, sometimes within hours of issuance, like Kanye West's YZY coin, where 51,000 traders lost 74 million, while 11 made over 1 million each. There are hundreds of other meme tokens in a similar story. So, is this article just focusing on DJT's World Liberty, whatever, blah, 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 cryptocurrency company, and that they're going to rug? Is that what you're saying here? Because that wouldn't be the first time. And I wouldn't doubt that the DJT family would do that, right? They want to, especially after the presidency, you want to make sure that you got money to lock in for the rest of your life. You rug whatever cryptocurrency projects you're on. But I think they're trying to build a company where they say they're investing in cryptocurrency or buying Bitcoin, and then people invest in them, right? Like we've seen with Market Strategy and many others. So I don't think I'm going to reach as far as this article writers is. It's a little bit more leaning than I would like towards the anti-Trump side. And Jonathan Russo, I'm not sure. You say you're an opinion contributor. That's your opinion. I don't care. But yeah, I'm not going to say with 100% certainty that they're going to rug pull us and stuff like that. They could. And if they were in that position, I probably would. If I was in that position, I probably would. But I'm not in that position, so I'm not going to. Moving on. Last 15 minutes of the show before we head over to Red Panda Mining. I don't care. I hate to be an asshole, but I just don't care. I know my plan. I know what I'm doing. And it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. Cool. I'm going to keep grinding, right? I'm trying to enjoy my life. Bring some content to you when I can. Keep stacking crypto and keep putting my family in the best position that I possibly can. But more importantly, live my life. So I haven't bought any mining rigs yet. I have reached out to Gold Shell. They told me no. So I know my colleagues will have that video out there for you when they get their units. Some of them probably already have their units and giving you the little guy, right? 580 gigahash, 400 watts for the Gold Shell XT box that mines Tari. I already brought to you in a short some of my concerns about the project and for you guys to be careful and just make sure you're aware. It's making $48 a day right now, already down from the $55 it was doing when it was announced, or $56. And crypto mining took a hit because the rest of the market took a hit. GPU mining has not been the same. ASIC mining is still profitable, right? But, you either are using your ASICs at your house, eating your electricity costs or your own renewables, or you're having it hosted somewhere like Terra Hosting or Coastal Crypto or where any one of our brothers are at. Paying 8 cents or less on electricity and just hashing away, trying to stack as much of a particular cryptocurrency, right? We got the latest Aleo miner, AE2, making around $17 a day at 15 cents per kilowatt hour. Those machines are, $1,600, easily obtainable by the average at-home individual. And the latest one, Gold Shell XT box, $48, sitting around $1,600. So both those machines, you're looking at what, $60 a day before electricity, or that might be after electricity. I don't know. Yeah, it might be after electricity. So if I change to 0, yeah, $54. Oh wait, $50. So you're losing about $6 to electricity on that machine, and then Where'd the Aleo miner go? 21. So yeah, you're losing about $3 or $4 on the machines a day, but still making a decent profit. Now, Tari only has so many markets, so be careful. Let's go look at GPU mining. 4070 Ti making 11-cent profit. Yay. Yeah. Pretty much everything's in a negative. So, but if you are not paying for electricity, you can mine XYZ crypto and do pretty good, and then take profits when it pumps up in 10 years, if it ever does. It depends on the project, really. I believe some projects will be here to stay, but some projects are just mucking around. Oh, like Caspa. You see that? Do you guys see Caspa fell to 2 cents? Or about 2 cents? Anybody get a bag of that before it picked back up? It's back up to 5 cents, almost 6 cents now. But, I mean, what? We've been stuck at 7 cents for like the longest time. And then before that was like 15 cents for the longest time. I mean, it's still up comparatively to where it started. So if you were like one of the OG and you picked up this coin a long time ago, I mean, you are up, but it's and this is another thing, right? Just like DJT and Shay, I mean no disrespect, and I'm not trying to get the Caspa army, but Shay, just like Charles Hoskinson from IOHK ADA, you guys are very brash and very blunt, and sometimes that honesty is very good, and sometimes it can be very bad. And when you're kind of bulldozing your way on top of people, whether it's on the internet or in person, you kind of rub people the wrong way, and then you start to lose momentum because the community starts to be like, man, I don't like that guy, I'm not going to get involved in this project. And I don't think that's what's happening. I'm just saying that could be an impact. You gotta carry yourself in a certain way to try to, especially if you're trying to grow. They got plenty of markets. That's not the problem. I just don't think the thirst for Caspa is there anymore. When it was so mineable and easily obtainable, it was. But now, it's just stagnant. And maybe the ecosystem doing some great things. I know transactions per second and upgrades are coming and stuff like that. I think you guys are turning your and not you guys, right? The entire Caspa team is not Shay, but you know, you got to be careful. You just got to be careful, especially in this world. It's very sensitive, and you got to be understanding of people's wishes, thoughts, sensitivity. You got to be balanced. And a lot of people are imbalanced. A lot of people are, it's my way or the highway, kick rock, suck dick. You're not going to do it my way, you're fired. You're not going to do it my way, get the hell out of my face. You're not going to do it my way. Like, you can't, like, you got to have a certain finesse. Like, okay, I understand what you're saying, but this is why I would recommend this. I understand that's your point of view. I'm going to explain my point of view, and let's see if we can't come to a compromise. Like, you got to be balanced. So yeah, what? The top Caspa miner is the KS7? What is it? Let's search for it. And I'm probably not making sense to any of you. And you guys probably don't care. That's cool, because I don't care either. But yeah, the KS7, $1.43 profit with 15-cent kilowatt hour. Is that right? Ah! I hit the plus sign instead of the 0. Yeah, so $12. So no electricity, it's basically $12 a day. But if you're paying 15 cents per kilowatt hour, that's $1.43 a day for the KS7. I used to mine Caspa with my FPGA. I had some videos on that if you guys are new to the channel. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are about Caspa. I like it. I did take profits on it a while back. But I still have a bag. I just know that Shay can rub some people the wrong way. And I may have turned some of them off. I don't care. But again, I'm always looking from outside my perspective at things. I'm always looking from just if some lady, if some gentleman, if some child or teen that's trying to get into crypto was looking at this conversation on X or in person or whatever, what would they think? And having an outside perspective helps you understand, okay, do we need to change direction? Do we need to change plan? Is there something we could be doing better? Is there a way that we can improve, compromise, whatever? Like, just believing your way is the right way all the time is going to push people away from you. Whether that's a company, organization, institution, individual, it doesn't matter. But I know this world doesn't like to have selflessness and everybody's out for themselves. That's been made very clear to me, and I understand that. But I know there's some good ones out there, so hang in there, guys. Anyways, now that I'm done lecturing you, any questions, comments, concerns, complaints, send a chat, send a super chat, send whatever. Let's see if I got some CNBC video that we can watch while we wait for Red Panda Mining. Red Panda Mining will be going live here shortly after me. And how about them Jags, baby? Duval! Sorry, I know you guys don't care about the Jags, but I do. Let's see here, Red Panda Mining. Oh, Battlefield 6 been fun. I'm gonna go over to the family, spend time with the parents, and then I'll be on Battlefield 6 later. Oh, that's loud. That's loud. That's loud. All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to blow out your ears, guys. Showing off Terra Hosting. Hawk and Mike and the boys been doing a really good job. I'm stoked for those guys. Great times. I hope to see them maybe in Texas. I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but I wish I could. We'll see. Those digital shovel sheds? Not sure. But yeah, Terra Hosting, 8 cents per kilowatt hour, starting August 2025. I think I have a link in my description if you guys need to host your ASICs, but you do you. So yeah, all right, cool. Waiting for Red Panda Mine to go live. Let's check the live chat real quick. I'll look for a video. Pullback may be overdue to an extent. Stock hits season lows. President Trump threatens. Yeah, so it's the same thing. Same thing. All right, let's check live chat real quick. Favorite home miner to use as a heater under 600 watts this season? The AE boxes. As a small heater, I mean the Mini 3, the Canon Mini 3 is pretty good, but that thing's 800 watts. So you said 600 watts. So yeah, like the AE boxes. Let me go back to ASIC mounter value. AE box. Let's see here. 600 watts. Under 600 watts, he said. So, I mean, the AL box 3, but you're making negative $1.76 a day, because also my heart's hurting for lithium. Can't get the S5 anymore unless it's used. Yeah, the Jazz miners are pretty good. I still have my Jazz miner X16-Q, and I still rocking. That's one of my favorites. I'm still running those. I'm running the AE box 2, or I think it's the AE box 1. That's 530 watts, negative 27 cents a day. The EE0, but that's only like, what, 100 watts, something like that. So those are some of my options, or some of my picks. I find it comical how some YouTubers pump things like Caspa Flux, Nyoxa, and others, and you can tell people roadmap updates on their projects you follow, and somehow you are the shill. I'm going to be using the Octaminer and then open air rigs for heaters. I still have an Octaminer case, but nobody wants it, and the shipping will eat me alive. Squirrel, if you want it, you can have it. Let me know. I was trying to get money off of it, but again, like, the shipping. Facebook Marketplace, I got a few bites, but then they just didn't come through. DCA always, never panic. It sounds like something the UK would say. Buy the euro. Buy the euro. Well, yeah, a country is going to want everybody to help strengthen its dollar. I'm in the UK. I would say Coinbase. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. Will, thank you for stopping by. Squirrel doing some Battlefield 6 grinding. All right. Yep. We're going to do that too. I'm going to go with my mom, spend some time, and then come back, play some Battlefield. Mad Electron Engineering. Caspa needs to find a way to make themselves as ubiquitous as LTC. I was actually very excited for Litecoin. It was pumping pretty good. It was doing really good until recently. Yeah, if you look over the year, right, we finally were getting traction, right, throughout 2025. August, we had a little pullback, and then we were pumping back up, right, hit $125. The short-term high was 130, and then we fell down to 96. I think Litecoin will come back, but you know, like Techman told me, we're mining through Mining Dutch, and I'm accumulating more Litecoin, as well as Dogecoin as much as I possibly can, and I'm just having a great time. The AlphaPex DJ1 Home is Home 1, whatever they call it, has been doing really good since I got the control board replaced. Lightning Strike hit the house. Had to replace some things. Be More Stupid says too many Caspa Moon Boys. Yeah, and they're very vocal on X, dude. They are very vocal on X. Just block everyone you don't agree with. Wear a flannel and call yourself son of something. I don't do flannel. I don't think Puerto Ricans do flannel? I'm not sure. Squirrel Master. I mined it really early, all the way up until the FPJs hit. Then it dumped to 19 cents. Yes, hit that like button. Appreciate you. So Squirrel Master says Mini Doge 3. I have an S5. Shipping is horrible in those cases. Yes, they are. Yeah, I got the X12. Someone say Octominer case. Yeah. Yep. You should paint up your Octominer, get bus powered cards, and make functional art out of it. Tech man. Yeah, so the markets are down. Everything will be okay. It's not the end of the world. And I think Europe's down, US is down, Europe's down, Asia's sort of down. Some of them are doing good. Crypto's down. XRP's pumping back up. And you know what? Actually, matter of fact, I want to say that gold's doing really good too. I noticed, sorry, I didn't mean to make that loud noise in your ear. I noticed that some coins like XRP, when they dip, it's almost like the company or project buys back, like they're buying back their shares, they're buying back their asset to try to pump it back up. Have you noticed that? There's certain meme coins that do it. There's XRP. There's a number of other projects out there that do that shit. And that's very twisted. But I guess they're trying to get back, you know, like they don't want to fall to a certain level, because if they fall to a certain level, then, you know, they're going to fall even harder, so they pump back up. But anyways, I'll see you guys on Battlefield 6 later. I'm still eating. Okay, so Red Panda's still eating, I guess. Let's say hurry up real quick. I'm going to send you guys over to Red Panda. I'm going to restart my router too. I got 3.4% drop frames. Not sure what exactly is going on there. So Crow seems to do that. Yeah, that's another one. Squirrel, that's another one. Chris from the UK says the UK cost per kilowatt hour is around 30 cents. Super expensive. What I do is running during the night on an EV tariff cost of 10 cents. Run home miners on a timer. Yeah, Chris, I got a video coming out talking about turning a dumb PDU into a smart PDU, and I do the exact same thing, and that's very smart. Good job. Yeah, so Red Panda should be going live here in a little bit. I'm going to send you guys over that way. Somebody just asked how Zcash. Zcash has been killing it. I'm an OG in Zcash. I've been mining it for many, many years. I don't mine it anymore because you used to be able to mine it with your GPUs, but look at that, boys. Look at that. I mean, all time, you know, Zcash was $2,000 asset, but short term, we're at 266. You can see over the last month to 7 days, it's been pumping really, really good. Now, what you could do if you do want to accumulate Zcash, and this is going to take you a minute to do it, but you can use Unmineable to mine Zcash, okay? But are you too late? You know, it's 24-hour volume is 1.68 billion. Its market cap is what? Or 4.3 billion, right? Is it doing anything that's going to, you know, like compete with Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Tether? No. But if you're an OG Zcash holder, good for you. Congratulations. All right, let's send you guys over to Red Panda. I don't want him. Oh, he said he don't want you guys? That's dirty. That's dirty, Red. Telling people he doesn't want you guys. Who doesn't want you guys? Well, I do. And I love you guys. Appreciate you stopping by. Make sure you please hit that like button. Consider getting subscribed. I'm sorry I'm not pumping out content like I used to every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I'm just focusing on me, my family, my life, and trying to enjoy my life. I know what I'm doing here right now with this show, which is to go over crypto news, market news, stuff like that, is not everybody's cup of tea. Like Zapirate doesn't care for that. He cares about mining and tech, and I respect it. But if you can stop by, hit the like button before you just turn it off, that would be great. Even if you watch it for a minute, then turn it off, that'd be great. Just helps out the algorithm, helps out the channel, and helps get this channel to other people. I am very blunt myself, but I am very considerate. So I like to, if I do something wrong, make amends, keep communication going, and understand that my bluntness, my brashness may not be as expansive as Shay and Charles Hoskinson and DJT, but it is there, and I know that can sometimes turn some people off. So I like to correct that. And if you have any concerns, comments, let me know. Let's work it out. We can always compromise. We can work together. We're here on this world, this beautiful earth together. So let's take care of it together. Let's work together. Much love. Be kind to your neighbor. Take care of each other. And yeah, that's going to do it. I'm going to send you guys over to Red Panda. He's not ready yet, but I need to get going over to Mom's. Anything you guys want me to tell Papa Serpent and Mama Serpent, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to head out of here. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out, all right? And hit the like button for Red Panda when I send you over there, okay?